Let's try this, shall we? Welcome to Wildcard. Let's see what we have right here. Let's see what we have. This stream has begun. We are down to the last 17 out of 495 at Play Live Melbourne Grand Prix opener. Let's remove this ticker. See what's going on back there for the prizes. Let's get this screen set up correctly. Let's get this guy out of the way. Okay. I can probably move myself right up out of the way here and interfere nil with everything else that's happening on the screen, which would be great. For it's not about me, is it? It's about the magnificent humans sitting here at this table. Let's see if we can save this. Let's update the layout. Great. We've got some fat beats going. It's not too loud, is it? Okay. And here we are. Play Live, Melbourne. Wildcard Poker restream. We have, the boys doing it from the Play Live channel, but we decided, look at this guy. Peeping Tom in the background there with the camera. This is the kind of commentary you're not going to get from the Play Live studio. You're going to get something a little bit less regular over here at Wildcard. That's why we're the Wildcard. Anyway, Elvis, he's picked up 4-4. And he's decided to plus 90,000, and nobody wants to dance with the pelvis. We're going to call him Presley because he is the chip leader. 97 big blinds, 1.950 million, 1.950 million, 1.9 million basically in chips. Has our friend Elvis there in the camo, and he is ready for battle, no doubt, and nobody wants to tangle with the king. Let's call him the king, Elvis the king. Yeah. And he's in seat 1. Seat 2, Michael Biviano. I don't know much about Michael Biviano. The blue shirt there with the cap and a little bit of looks like an undercut coming out of the cap there. He's looking at his phone. That's a no-no. Off your phone, mate. He's going to have a sneaky peek, and he's on the big blind, so he's not actually. He's going to wait a minute for Charlie Tut. Charlie Tut. He's got 30 big blinds, so he's well stacked. Dylan Yan, he's on 14 bigs, so he's middling. Money, more problems. 19 bigs, folding. Oscar Fong also folds, and Elvis is just in every pot. Why the hell not? We've got Christopher, Kokinos, and Jaden. Saitora. You wouldn't have me say any of these names. I just call them Jada. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how to say it? But what did Elvis take down another pot? No doubt. Absolutely no doubt. And the cameras are flashing for Elvis here. Just mate, you won't be able to see him through his chip stack shortly. As again, it is the opening event of the Play Live Melbourne Grand Prix edition. It is the opening event day 2, so we're down to the final 17 out of 495 runners. It was a $300 buy-in, $150,000 guaranteed prize pool. They fell short of the guarantee by about 30 grand, I believe, and so they had to put that in out of their own pocket. First place is worth 28,000, second place 17, third place 10 grand, fourth 7,500, and fifth 6,000, paying all the way down to 18th, 9th to 29th, 27th position. There, $1,240. So we're going to start laddering very shortly. And we are down here to 8 players on our feature table. And we've got our big stack, Chips we call him. The king is here, queen 10 off. Not too scared to put in a little raise here with queen 10 off. And Charlie the Hut, he is looking at ace 4 of hearts suited, which means that it's more attractive, of course. Whenever you see 2 cards that are the same suit, it's more attractive. If they're also close to each other, more attractive again. If they're connected, they're suited connectors, very attractive, very, very good in the eyes of most players. And Elvis is still ahead here with the top pair. And I'm sure that there's a draw that's being picked up. No, absolutely no draw being picked up from Charlie. So he's drawing near on dead. I don't know what he's drawing to. 5. There we go. It's gut shot. And it's a little bet, 20,000. Just a little leader, little bleeder. And says you're going to call to see a 5, and the jack comes, helping no one. Elvis will check. Charlie has got no equity, so the only option is to bluff or check and lose. And probably going to get called, so probably not going to put in a bet here. I wouldn't like to see it. Getting yourself wrecked, running foul of the chip leader here. So the option is on Charlie the Hut. He looks at his chip stacks and he says, you know what? Let me put in a little something, and bets 55. It's going to get snapped off here from the big stack. Absolutely snapped off. Is he re-raising for value here? No, he calls. He calls. Well played. Snapped him. And he re-raised to 145. So he said, I don't want none of your nonsense betting 55 at me. I'm going to 3x your bet with all these chips. And now I have 107 big blinds. Viva Las Vegas. That's why he's the king. Elvis, obviously, you know, he had his issues. He had some troubles later in life, old Elvis. But nevertheless, he had his dignity until he didn't. Anyway, so the blinds are currently sitting at 10,000, 20,000 with a big blind ante of 20,000. So every spin will cost you 50 grand. And, you know, it's a little bit harder to, you know, I like to work it out based on big blinds, but it's not realistic to think that if you've got 10 big blinds, you've got 10 spins, because you're paying double every big blind. So if you've got 10 bigs, you've got 5 spins plus a little small blind as well. You've got to pay. So that's going to take you down to about 4. So you've got to get going if you're down around that 10 big blind area range. And Jaden Satawa. Jason's a tower. That's what it is. Jaden's a tower. And he's got queen 10 of suits, and that's attractive. And it's hearted, but he's been absolutely drilled here by our good friend the king with a 3-bet to 80k with king queen dominating Jaden's attractive queen 10, and then all the other smaller stacks are just putting their pitiful cards into the tip. And Jaden is assessing the situation to decide whether Elvis is just playing chip bully here on the big stack, or if he is in fact representing a strong hand. And Jaden looks down at his stack, which is where they sit down from his eye line, and on the table. And so the dealer will turn over some cards here, and he's flopped a gut shot, has Jaden, with the 10 and a backdoor heart draw, and the chip leader fires into the pot for 50,000. I'd like to see Jaden get away from this. He's got some outs, but it's not pretty. He's got 2 overs. He's got a backdoor, heart draw, and a gut shot. So, if he turns a heart, he's going to pick up a bit more equity here. But Jaden's a tower, and he puts it in. He says 50,000, I can pay that. Let's see what the turn says. The heart would make it juicy. The 8 comes, giving Jaden the goddamn straight. 4 to a straight here. 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got the 10. The chip leader is absolutely drawing dead and punting it off into him. And so he's got to slow down, make it look like, oh, maybe I'm chasing diamonds. Worst case scenario, the Elvis is also holding a 10, or even worse than that, Jack 10. But considering his play, it's unlikely you're going to put Elvis on that kind of a Jack 10 hand, considering his pre-flop aggression. Even though he is the big stack. He flat calls here, Jaden, with the... Oh, no, he doesn't. He flat calls. He jams it in for an extra 200,000. And Elvis has just donated 157,000 in chips to him. And so it's up to the king to decide whether he's going to flick it in and give away another 200,000, or he's going to lay down his king queen, knowing that he's absolutely trashed by everything that exists. All the aces beat him. He's beaten by all the pockets. He's beaten by any pair on the board. He's beaten by a 5. He's beaten by a 10. You just absolutely dominated here. And if you're Elvis, you have to swallow your medicine, as they say, and just get the hell out of Dodge. Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking you could be on? What are you thinking you could have? What are you thinking that you're beating? Absolutely nothing. I think Jaden even could have played it a bit slower. Obviously, you don't want to open up the door for diamonds. So there's that. That's a good reason to jam it in and take down the $500,000 pot before it becomes, heartbreak on the river. And if he was chasing the diamonds, I think he'd already have the chips in. So good indication that he's just tanking a little bit to save face before putting those cards into the shredder. And I don't know why he's taking this long. It's not that big of a decision. So is there something that we're waiting for? Is someone calling for a clock? Has he frozen? Elvis, you with us, buddy? What is actually happening here? Let's see if we can find a little bit of insight from the commentary team over at Play Live.
Spots that can turn your, I think it was like 25 big blind stack or 20 big blind stack before this hand, and it can propel you to like a huge 50 big blind stack, and now you've got a similar stack to the Maniac.
Yeah, sure.
Double off him again,
Yeah.
and then a couple things go your way.
Great
win a big
shout.
flip or win something, you have 100 bigs. So
What is
actually
happening
looking at
here?
this is an amazing spot for him, and if Elvis is pondering a call with king high here, which he
Good
does,
fold. Yeah, that's what I thought. Get out of there. No need for the greed and saving face, but still losing 20 bigs there in that in interaction with Jaden's a tower, and he is a tower, and the tower in a deck of tarot is what they it's a card of doom. So if that's an omen here for the king, then maybe he needs to pay attention to avoid the tower card at all cost. And everyone on the table has been informed their phones must go in the bin, because this is a non-phone feature table. So piss off with your bullshit. We don't want to see it. We don't want to see ya sitting on the feature, not paying attention, giving us boring streams. Okay, guys? We don't care. You're probably cheating anyway. You're probably sitting there watching the stream, seeing what everyone else had 15 minutes ago. but it's a good thing that they've picked up on that, the Play Live officials, and they've come in with a bucket and said, fuck it, stick it in your bucket, and completely addressed the situation, nipping it in the bud, so to speak. I had an interesting situation today at work, and there was a situation where the owner said there's a couple of metal poles that are in the bush, and you'll have to go and get them out to complete the job. And I went into the bush and I pulled one of them out, and I came back and I said to him, I don't think there's any more poles left. And he said they were in the bush, and I said, yeah, but I've got one. And anyway, I just basically said, one in the hand's better than two in the bush, so to speak. And it was the first time in my life that saying has actually been relevant to something that happened to me. And so now I finally, after 40 years, understood exactly what that meant. That one in the hand's better than two in the bush. Because if you can't find them because they're in the bush, then they're no good to you, are they? Anyway, the Elvis, the maniac, he's picked up ace queen off, and he's decided to raise almost three times the big blind, and take down another pot here. The payouts, as we said earlier, 28,000 up top for first place, 500 runners, not bad for a casual 2-day event here, the opener at Play Live Melbourne. Obviously, there's other things happening in Melbourne at the moment. There's the APT tournament where they're running satellites for the Melbourne Millions, which is coming up very shortly in Crown Casino down there. And I hear that the Play Live and APT have had a meeting, and they've buried the hatchem, so to speak. Get it? The hatchem. They've buried the hatchem and decided to put their beef behind them and go vegan and stop beefing about such things as borrowing each other's email lists and so forth. And that's a good news for poker and poker in general, and all the poker players across Australia and the community, is to not be stuck in some kind of silly childish games, also corporate fraud, but silly childish games, and no need to be stealing people's emails and whatnot. They'll come to you if you provide a good product, and that's what happens. Everyone plays everywhere, so it's no need to be territorial, no need to be stealing things off people and all that sort of business. So we've got 7 players here. We've got 8. Do we have 8? Or one of them's left, I think. We've got 7 players at the feature table. We're down to 14 out of 495, and obviously there's a lot of action happening at the other table because everyone seems to be getting smashed off that other table. It would be really great as well if Play Live can hear me, and I know they absolutely can't. If down to this last stage, if we could see the chip stacks of the other players on the other table on this screen somewhere. And now that I've thought of that, let's see if we can interact with the commentary here and see if we can suggest to the boys over at Play Live that they do that. Now, let's see if I have any skills and I'm able to type while I'm doing this thing. It would be great to see the chips of the other table, not otter, other table on the right hand side of the stream, just for the final 2 tables. Very good. So I've put that in there to see if we can do something about it, and we'll see if that ever happens in the future. Anyway, we're back to the poker where we've got the Tiltmeister, Elvis, the man, don't step on my blue suede shoes. And speaking of blue, there's our good friend Deuce in the blue with the hat and the glasses on the hat to make sure they don't get glare. And Elvis has nothing with 6 kicker, and it's absolutely terrible. And he's down to 71 bigs and just going unbelievably tilty here. Is the Elvis. And Charlie the Hut, he has rivered 2 pair, but also the straight gets there. So King Jack, Jack 8 get there on the river. So there's a few combos of that on the big blind you want to watch out for. But he's got Jack 6, which is absolutely no help. And so Charlie says, do we think that we can get some more value out of this big stack while he's running tilty by putting it all in? He's considering his option whether to jam it back in the face of the king with 9-10 2 pair. He pauses. He's got the left arm, and he has in fact jammed it all in to the face of Elvis. And Elvis is just in a world of pain. He has to fold. He gets away again, and now he's gone from as hot as the sun, and he's living in the Arctic. He's still living on a mountain in the Arctic. He's living on a mountain in the Arctic, but he's feeling the pain. You know, at one point we couldn't see him behind his chip stack, and now he's just he's almost sitting on a toilet somewhere eating peanut butter and jelly white bread sandwiches, overdosing on methadone, basically. You know, I think that's how Elvis died, or something like that. Eating bacon and honey sandwiches or something, hot dogs and whatever. So he's feeling the pinch here. Our big stack in the number 1 seat probably needs to take a breather, maybe even just like take a walk, get up, walk out, go for a walk down the street. You know, I guess get some fresh air, refresh. You're still well ahead of the field, double most of the stacks here. There's no need to continue this line of self-destruction and self-sabotage here. But he doesn't seem to be looking to alter his course with ace 5. He 3 times the big blind raises here, ace 5 off. Not a particularly strong hand, given the fact that he's under the gun. And then we rolly around. He's going to run into someone eventually with something. Jack 8, no. Kokonos says, get out of here, pal. And the big blind, Queen Jack, Jaden Zatawa, who has already taken a large percentage of the chip stack of Elvis in earlier exchanges, is considering his options here to put in a call, which he does. And we'll go to a flop. We see a burn there, and we get 3 cards, and they are 10, ace 7. So favorable here for Elvis. And we have a gut shot for Jaden Zatawa. So it's 30k more to call, and he's drawing to a king only at this point. Backdoor if he gets an 8 or a 9. But let's see. The 10 comes pairing the board. No help to Jaden. And I think we'll see Elvis continue here. And Jaden will then get away from this one, because it's just become, oh, we've got to check. And still no help for Jaden. Thinks about putting in a bet after the chip leader slowed down on the turn there. So it might be a bit of a trap here by Elvis. And he does. He says, is there enough here for me to push off a weak ace? And he regroups, maybe considering if Elvis, does he want to call for 165k to he takes it down. Good call there from the Elvis Meister. I'm not sure exactly. Possible that he clicked it back and Jaden called, but didn't really see how that played out there at the end. I just know that both cards were shown, so it's possible that it was flat called, but the animation seemed to indicate that Elvis had raised it to 300,000. And there's no way to know anymore exactly what went down there. But suffice to say that Elvis is loose and he is continuing this line of trying to win the whole tournament in a few simple hands. Not too interested in folding, not too interested in waiting for premiums. And Sacha Baron Cohen here now is under the gun. And I could have sworn that Sacha Baron Cohen had a different name before, but that's fine. Charlie the Hutt, he is here. Jabba, we'll call him Jabba, 32 bigs. Sacha Baron Cohen there is sitting on 7.8 blinds, and I'm pretty sure he had a different name, but that's fine. Dylan Yang, money, more problems. And then Christopher K, the Coco King, he is looking down at 10-10. A very attractive hand with 11 bigs, and he decides to go all in on the button, putting max pressure on the big stack, and Elvis 8-2, no good. Gets away, and just a little steal there from Christopher Kokonos. Play Live Melbourne, the opening event here, day 2, down to the last 14, as we've seen before. 495 runners, a little bit of an overlay. 28k coming out of the pockets. Play Live Melbourne. It's got to hurt. Obviously, coming in confident after their last series, went well over the guarantee. But I guess the problem being is that there are other tournaments running concurrently in Melbourne as well as in Brisbane, I believe. Maybe if it hasn't started yet, it'll be starting shortly. The APL Poker Tour will be kicking off, I think, shortly in Brizzy. But they do have the AP, what is it? The APT in Melbourne, having a collaboration with Crown Casino and the Aussie Millions. Christopher Kokonos, not suited, so he's not going to be attracted to that. It's going to be a fold from him. Ash Ovens. Oh, absolutely love that name, Ash Ovens. Is that Ash Ovens? I thought it was. Hang on a sec. I'm right confused about who the hell's on this table. I thought it was the tower. Where'd the tower go? Oh my God, Jaden's the tower. Who knows? I'm absolutely in the blender, as they say. I have no idea what the hell's going on. Who's who? Elvis on Jack 5. He's put in a raise. Outrageous. Sacha Baron Cohen is sitting here with goddamn big blind, 9-8 off. So we've got Jack 5 versus 9-8 off in what could be one of the most, subpar hands of the year. We'll go to a flop. And we see an 8 in the window. We see a 7 and we see a 6. So that means we've got club flush draw from Elvis, who's going to absolutely love this. And he's called the all-in immediately. We've got Sacha Baron Cohen with top pair and also drawing to a straight draw, both players. There comes the flush. See you later. Goodbye. Sacha Baron Cohen. On your way, brother. Pack your bags. On your bike. Hit the shower, son. You're out of here. We're down to 13. See you later. Elvis has taken another scalp. Luckily, there's no bounties in this tournament. Otherwise, that man would be half retired. Anyway, well done, Elvis. Jeez, guys. Tell you what, they've got me in the absolute blender. Jaden Zatawa is now called Ash Ovens, and I just have no idea. They're just shuffling players left and right and center, and I have no idea who anyone is anymore in this game. But that's fine. We'll work it out. Apologies if I've been calling you Jaden Zatawa and your actually name is Ash Ovens. Yeah, it's a dope name though. I do like it. He's on fire. As we were saying, there is a few more tournaments being run here in this series. It does clash with the GP though, even though it is collaborating with the GP. It's kind of going to lose some people just out of the fact that it's a lot more expensive for accommodation and flights to Melbourne around the time of the GP. And so it's a giant pain in the rectum to get yourself there and find somewhere to stay and not pay an absolute fortune in travel rake to attend. But nevertheless, here we are. There's obviously 500 hungry participants that are buzzing around the Play Live venue like hungry bees. Charlie the Hutt 6'5", not suited. Elvis 9'8", raised to 60. Charlie calling here on the big blind. We'll go to a flop. Button versus blind. I do believe as the dealer. Fondles some chips. Burns one, tucks it. Flips it, flops it. 4 in the window. King, ace. Not much good for either player. Favoring the button though. The range of the button. Higher than the big blind. But it's checked back here by Elvis. And now equity coming for the Hutt. And he might proceed to try to extract some value out of this turn card. And what does the king do here? Takes it down, folds. Good work. Great betting. Good read. And Elvis, 83% VPIP. Massive. Playing every pot here today. almost 9 out of 10 hands he's in. 8.3 out of 10. Elvis is in the pot. Now, that's a good strategy if that's your thing, but as far as I'm concerned, if you fuck around it for long enough, you're going to find out. So it's definitely not the way I like to play. I like to be a little bit more disciplined than fondling and wandering into every single pot just because. You eventually walk into something and find out the hard way. Here we go, 13 left. And every player here is guaranteed 1850 from their 300 investment. Ash ovens. The ace 10 off. Hijack. And Elvis, the king, and the cutoff with Queen Jack off. Charlie the Hut. Suited, 10-4. Big Buddy. Yeah, Buddy. I had one today. What do you call it? When everyone on the table is in the same pot. Everyone is in the pot. It's called the Bonnie Blue. Anyway, Dylan 9 with Jack 8. Dominated. Does he think about a 3-bet here? What does he do? On the big blind, flat calls. So we go 3 ways to a flop here. It's called the Lily Phillips. Definitely not. And then he hits the 8, but the ace comes and the king comes. We've got action everywhere. We've got Dylan with bottom pair. We've got Ash with a top pair, shit kicker, mid kicker. Let's call it mid kicker. And we've got the big stack with a gutter. And he needs a 2-outer to make himself Broadway. And we'll see what Ash is thinking here. Does he try to put him in the furnace? He does. He looks down where his chips are and reaches and places bet of 40k. And Elvis comes with the call. No, he re-raises to 375,000. So that is really returned the favor there, putting Dylan 9 into the most easy fold of his career. And Ash says, well, what do we have here? The big stack. He's playing wide, and he has 3-bet, re-raised, 10x the original bet. So that's a loose raise here from a draw. Little does he know that Ash is holding one of his outs. So, does Ash think Elvis could be slow rolling an ace king, an ace queen, or an ace jack? Does he think maybe ace 8 has 2 paired? Does he think he's trying to build a pot for a club flush? Does he just not want to know? Or does he want to get it in and run it? Double again. Go for the glory. No guts, no glory. Ash ovens. By the way that he's thinking about it, feels like he's gone all in. He's jammed it. He slammed it. It's only 136 more to call here from Elvis. So it's highly likely we're going to see, if we do see a call, he's going to run it. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. He needs runner here or a 10. Oofed. No help. And now it's just a 10. 2 outs in the deck. No good. And Ash Ovens, great call. And doubles up at the behest of Elvis. Chip leader has now been chopped by 2 different people, the same person with 2 different names, apparently. And so I believe I did call him as Jaden Tower. Jaden Satower, was that what it was? Jaden's the tower, that's right. And then now his name's been changed to Ash Ovens, and he's incinerated the kid. He's lit him up and taken a massive proportion of his stack. Now he's up to 50 bigs, almost equal with Chip Leader, who just got out of line with a draw there, and really it wasn't a great draw. He was drawing 2 outs, no flush. He's already had 2 undercards and missed. So ridiculous play, really, if you're thinking about the ICM considerations and all that. I don't think about ICM considerations, but just the table image, the way you've been playing, you've just laid yourself open with your 90% VPIP. People are just thinking this guy isn't serious, and if you're re-raising 10x, then you're just absolutely showing that you're the kind of person that's trying to buy a pot. And Ash Ovens said, Jaden's a tower and I'm Ash Ovens, and I'm not having it here from you, Elvis. So that looks like he's packing his bags. Oh no, he's buying some white chips. He's in the market for some whites. Is the king, and he's just can't think of any good Elvis songs to sing here. So we've got a bit of a row going here. I can't see now that we've zoomed in, but let's just have a little wee looky, see if we can find some different media here. And really put that down a little bit quieter, and see if we can find a different beat. Can we do something about this? Great vibes. Here we go. This is my favorite Great Vibes track, actually. So let's see. Play live. Here we are. And Ash Ovens, he's back again, the big fella. He's picked up ace offsuit, of course. And Dylan 9. He says 9 to that. And Marnie Thapa. He says Thapa. He's gonna walk into. If he thinks he's going to jam the big blind here, he's going to find out the hardest way. This is not the play. He's got 8.5 bigs behind. It's been re-raised. Double, min click. And he folds. Disciplined. It hurt him. You can see it hurt him. His face says it all. And Ash takes a few more chips to add to his stack. Somehow, he's down to 43 bigs despite winning that pot. And the last hand, they did say he was on 50. But now he's on 43, so obviously there's a miscount. We've had a dealer change up. It looks like my brother is now in the dealer's seat. We need a nickname for this dealer before we get underway. Joe Rogan, he's now in the dealer's seat. Thank you very much. Shuffle up and deal, Joe. Ro Jogan, his name should be. Actually, there's people over there on the rail. We need to get maybe some seats set up and a bit of a grandstand. And look, there's Tim Chambers, old Timmy, dressed a little bit less casually tonight, a bit more business. He peers over and sees 6 remaining here at the feature table, as there must be. Mathematically speaking, 7 players left at the off table, not featured. And we see the big under the gun fold from pocket 4s. That's extreme. Elvis, I hear he's in the hijack with Queen 6, and he calls. Now we're around to Charlie. And Charlie has 28 bigs and pocket fives. And so what does he think about this? In the cutoff. And then he looks to raise it up. Has raised it. 150,000. And Dylan 9 says, no thanks. And Elvis continues the line of self-destruction. We love to see it. The D-Gen, the Norwegian D-Gen, he's here and he's ready to play. Any hand, any time of day. He's got the diamonds. If you can see a diamond on the window, oh, there's a 9 and a queen. Bad luck for you, Charlie. Hut. You're in trouble. Hut. You're in big trouble. Checking into Charlie. Elvis unlikely to fold anything here. Charlie likely to continue his line. Barreling into the abyss in this situation. Probably going to get re-raised. Called. Shows how much I know. Board pairs. Could slow down the action. Hut might have to check this. He looks down. Contemplates another barrel. Checks. Elvis checks back. King River. Changing nothing. Elvis will call it all. 21 bigs from Charlie. Does he dare jam? Spades get there on the river. And backdoor though, not convinced that it's going to help. Charlie Hut. 9s as well. Did slow down on the turn, so it's unlikely that he's got one. The bet is 260. And Elvis. The river is nasty. Definitely nasty. 2 pair. Queens 9s. He says, come on, man. Spades gets there, backdoor. Counts out the chips, does Elvis, the king. Peanut butter, jelly. Hot dog with bacon, cheese, whipped cream. In order to win this pot, he has to put it in. 750k. It's all his, if indeed he can find a call. Contemplating here. Let's give him a moment to think about it. Calls. Great call there from Elvis. Queen 6 taking it down. The 5s. No life. Dead. Put him in the muck. Thank you, Joe. Get rid of it. And Elvis playing wide. Any 2 cards will do for our chip leader here in the feature table. 13 left on a Saturday night. Disrespectful, but entertaining. Just, his whole range is played every time. He's V-pipped at 90%. Yeah. It's not normal, but it's still interesting to watch. Elvis now, blank. Sort of like to see a mystery hand as the Peppers come to collect the chips. He folds his blank blank. Charlie the Hut. Sour. The taste of a 9-volt battery in that man's mouth. He stuck his tongue in a PowerPoint and just doesn't want to. Keeps running into the chip leader and Dylan Wren. He's picked up Ace Jack. Offsuit, jammed it all in. Christopher Kikinos is also going to jam it in with 10-10. We're going to see a race. A flippy race thing. What are they called? A racy flip. And potentially an elimination with Ace Jack at risk. So here we go. Joe Rogan burns one and he flops. 5, 7, Queen. 3 on the turn. Slow down, dealer. King, River. No help for Ace Jack. See you later. The 10's hold. Too fast. This must be the guy that was dealing the APT the other day. Saw that hand. Ace King versus 4-5 of diamonds. It was gross in 6 different ways. It was 5 bet, all in. The 4-5 of diamonds flops a straight and an open-ended straight flush draw, turns a flush, and then is beaten by the king diamond as he 4 to a flush and hits the diamond on the river and absolutely disgustingly provides justice to the hand, regardless of the fact that he was behind, he was ahead more, and then he was crushed. It was just a hand that had absolutely everything. It was 5 bet, all in, Ace King versus 4-5 of diamonds, and you're just sitting there going, what the fuck? Who? What the hell? And next thing you know, he flops the nuts, turns the flush, and then loses on the river. And he's just like, I don't know. He's like, how do you even think about playing poker after a hand like that? You just shake your head and say, I don't know anything. I just don't know anything. Here we are, the boys down to 12, and there seems to be some monkey business happening. I think this is the part of the time of the part where they all go and perv on each other's stack. I think possibly, I don't know. Joe Rogan looks up. It's Michael Klim. G'day, Michael. He's the new dealer, and some other stragglers just wandered over here from table number 2 and is trying to take a seat, but some admin is in the way. We're down to 6. It's been some action-packed hands here at the Play Live Melbourne opener, day 2, 500 odd runners. Not quite, just almost. And Jaden Satawa now is actually on the table, and he is making a call. And Charlie Tatat, he is looking down at pocket 4s with 12 big blinds, thinking to himself, wonder what the solver tells me to do here. Get out of the way. Money to par. He looks up at the board with King Jack. Unfortunately, he's going to find himself in trouble here against Jaden's with a jam. And unless he gets a fold out of... Oh, and Ash Ovens, he's incinerating the entire situation. He asks for a count. Disgusting. He looks around with 40 big blinds, pocket aces, and he says to himself, what to do? Squeeze it in or flat it? I'd like to see a hefty re-raise. Hefty. Probably kick it up to 500, I'd say. Make it 500 to go. Double what the jam all in is. Make it 500 to go. Let's see if Jaden's on my wave. Oh, sorry, Ash Oven. going to be crazy watching Ash Oven play against Jaden's Tower. It's like him playing against himself here. And he stacks out 500. Is that 500? Don't do it. Oh, yeah. It must be. Ash. 450. Close enough. I'll take it. 4-bet 450. Jaden. He has to get out of the way. His King Queen is good against the all-in, bad against the aces. And we're going to go to a flop. Potentially an elimination here. Spades in the cards. No, now dead. Drawing dead. Absolutely domed. And see you later. Goodbye. In 12th place. Sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And the cookie crumbled today. Now we're down to 11 players in the opener. And every player here now is guaranteed 2,300. Very nice, as the ladders will start to get quite steep once we hit the final table. Quite a bit of action. Quite a bit of action. Here we go. Orange Man. King Jong Trump there on the rail. Anyway, it's enough out of me. And Charlie Tata. King Knight. Not suited. Not attractive. Under the gun. Weak. Put it away. You can see here there's a sponsor. Octopi Poker. Under the gun though, he looks, you know, I'm just joking. I'm just playing with you. I'm not really going to raise it up. And then Kokonos, he gets out of the way. The Oven Man, 6-2, not having it. Elvis, in the ire of the storm. The Cyclone, they call him. In the ire of the storm, 7-6. Gets a fold out of 4-6. And takes it down. Blind pincher. And Jaden's a tower, 22 bigs. Ash Ovens, 53. Finally got back to 53 after he was on 50. Got stripped back down to 43. And now clawed his way back to 53. We've got Christopher. Cockanose, 15 bigs. Charlie Hatat, 12 bigs. And Elvis, obviously, on 66. The Cyclone, the King Cyclone. Absolute wrecking ball. And we're down to 10, guys. Got some action here on the outer table as we've must have had some all-in action here. Some damage has been done. And do we get 2 eliminations or what has happened exactly? It's got a lot of kerfuffle happening out there. All right. Jaden's the tower. Getting some instruction here from Michael Klim in the dealer's chair. Are we on an unofficial break here? Or what? What's happening? Administration is looking around like, hey, players, get back to your bloody table. We are not on a break here. The dealer is ready to shovel up and deal. And you guys think it's fine to walk around, but no. And then we've got someone whispering something over the rail there. Was that a meat pie he got handed there over the rail? He's wiped his hand on the seat. No probs, buds. You pay for that, Kokonos. God damn it. Meat pie. Your dirty meat pie hands all over the cards, all over the RFID cards. And then Ash Ovens is going to absolutely cook this fella. 10-3 says, no thanks. Get out of here, you chatbot. Then we go to Elvis here in the ire of the storm. He's not afraid to play ace-8. Well, that's a premium for Elvis. And he says, oh, And don't you step on my blue suede shoes. And Jaden's a tower. He looks down at Queen 9, which is suited and a gapper. So it's attractive. Jack 10-8 flop would be premium heaven for him. Premium heaven for Jaden's tower. Anyway, let's see if we can rejig this configuration. Just while we've shorts, got a short couple of, you know what I'm trying to say, short-handed here on this feature table. We can see if we can just jiggle and see if we can update the layout a bit and let's get involved, sit above some players and sit on the other side here. Where are we? Yeah. Wildcard poker, folks, and we like to bring the unconventional commentary to the feed every now and then, weekly at Play Live. It's become a bit of a habit, but we'll also stream the APL, the APT, the WPT, the WSOP, whatever. We'll stream whatever, wherever, whenever we feel like it, for however long. Doesn't mean we're going to go to a finish the final table. Oh, the ace comes there for Elvis. And any spades backdoor for Jaden for the spades, but it's ugly. And Elvis has the best of it here, and he looks over at Jaden and says, "You look nervous." And he nervously picks up some chips and proceeds to bet towards the big stack. And the big stack laughs and says, "Poof, you're kidding, mate. I'll call that." And then the brick comes on the turn. Which means that now Jaden's the tower is he's a molehill out of a mountain. There's nothing he can do about it. He can't win. So all that's left to do is check, and then finally see the river. The 8 comes. Oh, that's a 10. And then now Jaden has a straight draw, but problem is there's no more cards to turn. So he also has a flush draw. But the problem is there's no more cards to come. So that doesn't help you at all. Does it, bud? Anyway, he bets like an absolute lunatic. He jams all in here. And Michael Klim is giving some kind of instruction as to not turn the cards over. And he does. And so Jaden Satawa has been eliminated in 10th place from trying to bluff Elvis. That's a huge mistake there. And now Elvis is back to 90 big blinds. Loving life in the camo, just having chips donated left and right. And I guess this is the benefit of being one of these players that has cultivated an image of the ability to play a little bit wider than everyone else. Basically, he's playing as wide as you can possibly. You couldn't play any wider than Elvis tonight. And he's putting in work. Every hand he's making money. So well done. And I think we're down to 4 on this table. Looks like they're putting all the chips into the little chip holders over there on table 2, and they're going to redraw the seats here on the final table. This is going to get down to 9. This is great work here from Play Live. Let's go. Let's fire up with the theme song, shall we? Play Live. Ooh, 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 Yes. Wildcard poker. Here we go. As we reset the dinner table for the finale of the opener. Day 2. Here we go, Octopi. Look at this advertisement. The solver. Look at this. Look at all this. Fold, call, fold, check, raise, rep, flat line. Front straight. Look at all the answers. Alrighty. Maybe we'll take a short break. We'll come back when the play recommences. The final table. Day 2. Play live, Melbourne. The Grand Prix. If you don't like it, suck it. back. The final table now set. Elvis in the big stack. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, buddy. 90 big blind. This is quite loud. Let's turn this down a little bit, shall we? It's better. Let's get back into some normality. Wildcard Poker restreaming Play Live Melbourne. Day 2, the opener. Live at Play Live. $300 buy-in, $150,000 prize pool. Fell short of the guarantee. Still, $28,000 up top. And we see in seat 1, our man, Charlie Chambers, Timothy Chambers. Timmy Chambers. I want to say Charlie for Timmy. We've got David Z in seat 2, 37 bigs, almost the same as Timmy's. Ash Ovens, 53 bigs, monster stack there. And I'm in the way to see the names of the others, so let's move me now out of the way. We've got the Bivmeister. Save this. Setup. Let's go closer and have a look. Biviano, 23 bigs in seat 4. Kikanos, 15 bigs in seat 5 on the button. Kim AU, 6 blinds. Checking on, don't know why. Oh, Sean Thomas, checking. Queen 3 here, Elvis. Flopping 2 pair. And Sean turning a gut shot. Elvis seeking to extract some value here out of his 2 pair. And Sean flicks in the call. The 4. Nothing comes on the river. And Sean checks. Elvis bets for value again. 2 pair. No flushes get there. Kind of a wobbly straight, mate. Gets there. 6-5. But Sean doesn't want a bar of it. Folds quickly. 33 bigs left for him. And the king proceeds to build his crown a little bit higher. And 2.8 million in chips here. Now we're down to 9 players as the outer table has been shut down, and it does say 10 on the counter, but they will soon correct that, as that is a typo of some description. And we still have Michael Klim in the dealer's seat here, as the blinds are still 15, 30k, and a 30k big blind ante. And where is the button currently? It's now on Kim AU and Sean Thomas. Not sure if he's small blind, and the big blind is Charlie Hatat in seat 8. And Elvis has moved from seat 1 to seat 9. Full rotation for Elvis. And Chrissy K with ace 9 off. And Kim AU, he's all in to call here. Jack 10 off on the button, as Chris has jammed it all in for 44. Oh. 440,000. Oh. And I did have some stats to tell you guys that we looked up in the break, but we'll get to them shortly. And we've got a fold here and a fold there. Oh, Charlie Hatat has gone all in. And Kim AU's gone all in with Jack 10. This is a 3-way all in here. This is crazy, crazy days. And who's at risk? Only Chris is safe with ace 9. He needs a 9. But the king comes, pudding. Ooh, here's an 8. Can we get it? And there we go. Ace king holds. Charlie Hatat. Kimayu is eliminated. Nice to meet ya. See you later, senorita. Kimayu, off to the bleachers. Back to the pavilion, son. You're out of here. Gone. Get out. See ya. And we are now down to 8. If the stats are to be believed, we do have an empty chair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't say that I don't have a soft spot for the crowd favourite Tim Chambers in seat 1 here, in the fast lane, as they call it. If we're talking about Olympic sprinting in any way, on the inside track, you do have the advantage, the psychological advantage at least, because when you're coming home down the straight, you have the least distance to run psychologically. And so we'll see. Clem, Joe Rogan, he deals out some cards, and our favourite Timmy Chambers looks down under the gun, ace queen, looks at the clock, considers his options, puts in a raise, tight play, raises to 90, 3x, the big. The oven man, Ash, Christopher, Kikinos, all in with pocket 8s, ready to run it against Timmy Chambers. Charlie Hatat, A6. Stay out of the way, Charlie. This is not your fight to be foughted. Looks down, sees an ace. Looks up, sees a 6. Says, no thank you. Elvis, 5-3 of clubs. Surprised he didn't jam there. And Timmy naturally calls the all-in. We'll see the 8s run for their life here. At risk. No ace. Ace or a queen only on the river, and the dealer is absolutely off his face on some kind of amphetamine, because he doesn't give us any chance to take a breath, and any kind of suspense, any kind of anticipation about what the river may be. This dealer just goes bang, 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 and he's putting them all out there. At this rate, final table is going to be over in 15 minutes. This dealer is on one, as some would say. And they say Joe Rogan's never tried coke. Can't lie to me. Anyway, he cuts them, he splits them, he cuts them, he flips them, flops them, he whips them and whops them. He's got a bit of a whiffle, a waffle, a cut, split, and then he puts the cut card under the cards, takes the big blind ante, puts it next to him for safekeeping, deals out the first card to you ain't nothing but a hound dog, the Elvis, the king. And then the last card there hit the button and bounced back. So who knows who's going to claim that one? David Zai, he says Queen 10 fold, Ash Ovens fold, Jack 6 fold, Jack 2 fold. Now Sean Thomas, serious looking cat. Looks like he spent some time at the poker table just by his chip juggling finesse, and just the way his body language, just the way he flicks things around. He's got a bit of attitude, I will say that, for a ranger, but we like him. We like Sean Thomas. See that? The way he flicks them in like that. It's just a bit of attitude, but it's a bit of sass. We like a bit of sass here. Eddie Sheeran, Sean Thomas, as they call him sometimes. Anyway, 9-8, Elvis, the big stack, the cyclone, in the ire of the storm. The EIO, they call him. Some call him EIO. And then 9-8 there, absolutely flops some equity, turns some equity, I should say, and he's now got an open ender going into the river with 3 hearts out there. And Sean looks down and says, I'm still good with my 3, so I'm going to call here. And the ace comes. Now he's got 2 pair, and Our good friend Elvis doesn't have anything, and he's going to fire away another barrel into the pot. And Sean is going to say, well, do you have hearts? He's going to say. And he's put it out there for a little bit more than half of his remaining stack here. And Sean's thinking to himself, well, did he hit the river there with a Queen King? Did he make his Broadway on the river? It's sickening. The hearts are there as well. Did he hit the flush on the turn? Is he going for value? There's lots to consider. There's also 2-4 out there, which Elvis is plenty capable of playing. But it is quite a large bet. What is it? A bit less than the full pot. He does have 2 pair though, so he's got to like his chances here, Sean Thomas. He's been put in a spot, but he can work it out. You can work it out. If he calls, he's going to be in a great spot. He says, I don't know what you think you got, but he puts it in, takes it down. Well played. 2 pair. And Elvis has been exposed there, trying to steal that one. And he's been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. And he says, return to sender. No such number, no such soul. He absolutely hates that one. But then he says, all right, now, you guys settle down. A little less conversation, a little more action here. And let's see what the next hand has to say. But he definitely says, don't be cruel to a heart. That's true. Anyway, that's all I have for the Elvis gear. And we're going to need something. We're going to need to reload the chambers, the Timothy chambers, in order for me to come back with anything worthwhile. Here we go. Ash Ovens here. Sooty Man. Jack 8 into the bin. And then we've got Michael Biviano, who is a quiet achiever. He's blending into the seat there in his black shirt, black cap. And then we've got the life vest of Christopher Kikinos with a hand that looks better than it is. Queen Jack. It's kind of middle of the road, nothing, but it still makes you feel stronger than you actually are. And then we've got Sean Thomas here entering the pot with pocket 10s, sliding in with a 3-bet, $210,000. And David Z in the big, prepared to fold with 7-5. And Chris, the original raiser, decides to avoid conflict with 10-10 with Queen Jack. And that's the problem now when you get into this 10 big blind range. It's got to be all in or fold, really. You can't be call folding at this stage of the game when you're this short stacked. You're just going to blind yourself out and leave yourself with no fold equity with any 2 cards, and therefore you're just going to find yourself in some deep trouble. So it's time to get pushy here with 8 bigs before it becomes non-threatening to any of these players on this table. And he looks down at 10-2 this time and says, well, vomits. A7, Sean Thomas doesn't like to play it unsuited. It's a little bit too wide, but Charlie Hut sees it connected. 8-7 on the hijack and says, nah, mate, you can have it. Here we go. The widest player in the world here, 5-4. Oh, he'll be dancing to the jailhouse rock. Old Elvis playing 5-4, raising to 90,000. And then we've got David Z, King 10 suited. It looks slick. He looks slick. He's got a bit of style, this fella. He's got the glasses going. He's got the Kim Jong-un haircut. He's got it all happening. David Z. And what you going to do about it, he says. King 10 of diamonds. They look flash, don't they? They look sharp, the blue diamonds. And he puts it in. all the way in. 1 million to call now. And Elvis with 5-4 says, I just donated 90,000 and now he wants a count. Oh, he's absolutely just putting on the show here. Prepared to raise with 5-4, and you get what you deserve at that point. Now he's slipped back into second place. Sean Thomas, the I would say the proest looking player on the table. He's a little bit jaded with poker in general, just like he's been doing this for too long in some sense, you know what I mean? Like, oh fuck, here I am again. Another final table, do I have to? But here he is, trying to play it cool, playing it cool, calculating. Looks to be sharp, looks to be somewhat in alignment with the solver. Obviously going for some exploits too. Exploiting the exploits, back to the solver. You know what I mean? It's a circle of life. Solver, exploits, exploit the exploits, back to the solver. All right. Now we know what we're doing here. David Z. David Zai. Desire. Elvis Iyer and David Zai. I don't know. Michael B. 9-3. Oofed. And he's flopped himself some equity here, David C. Club's no good. Elvis, backdoor, spades, and top pair, shit kicker, shittest. Bam. Terms himself some danger, does David Z. But he's got more outs now. Picks up a king. As an out, Elvis bets 100,000. David's probably gonna put it in. Yeah, why not, he says. Why not? 10 comes, 2 pair. Queen dead. Queen 2 dead. King. King to a straight. Dangerous. Checks back. David. Betting 300,000. Called. And I went check, if I'm not mistaken. And the pot was taken 300,000. That's the thing I got wrong before. Is that when they win the hand, then they go check, and they win. Oh, we've got the Wombat's back in the hot seat. Michael Klim Rogan's going for a little coke break. See you later, mate. He's too quick for all of us. I like the pace of the Wombat anyway. He's good. I like his style. Anyway, thank you, Rogan, for your service. You did well, son. And now we've got some absolute cockatoos sitting here on the rail here with their head in the live stream. Get out of it, boys. Get on the other side of the fence, mate. It's not about you, Sean Thomas here with the slow fold. Like he's looking for his girlfriend in the stands. Jokes. Doesn't have one. Timothy Chambers, 8-7, says, who do you think I am? Who do you think you are? I am. That's Timothy Chambers. Who do you think you are? I am. Ash Ovens, 8-4 suited, somewhat attractive. Big gap, doesn't like it. Oh, huge gap. Suited, huge gap here on the small blind. Does he dare jam it? He does. He dares to jam it and runs into 6-4 on the big blind with a small stack and can't even get a call out of him. And so he steals the bigs there. Steals the blind. Unfortunately, get these clowns off the rail. Come on, clowns, move. Ash Ovens, we're going to have you penalized for interference and nonsense. Get your boys on the other rail, please. We don't like it. Anyway, there's 8 left here to play live. This is day 2 of the opener. 495 runners. We are down to 8. And now, while we have a big fat, scary Elvis here, 43 bigs, I do fancy the skills of Sean Thomas here, just by feel, just by attitude, and maybe I don't know. I just feel like he's got a bit of zazz about him. I feel like he could be top 3 for sure. Crowd favorite Timothy Chambers, obviously. We'd love to see the high school principal get up in this one. The Burning Man, Ash Ovens, he's there. The camouflaged Michael Biviano, it's hard to see him there, but he's still there too. Kokonos is hanging around, trying to ladder. Obviously everyone's waiting for him to get out of the way, but he doesn't want to. Basically just stalling here, and we have Sean Thomas now, A7, versus the Queen 8 of Elvis, and Elvis barrels towards Sean, who flicks it in, literally flicks it, and then the turn comes 6, giving Sean Thomas a gutter, and pairs the board and is checked. So now we're going to see if we get a value bet on the river. He checks, and Elvis checks back, and Sean takes down that pot. A7, easy. Now it just takes his chip stack to 51 bigs. Second place, Elvis. He's on 41. David Z, 37. Tied with Ash Ovens on 37. Timmy Chambers. He's in there with a little bit less, 22. As we get down to Michael Biviano, 17. Charlie Hatat, 18 bigs. And then the smaller stack, Christopher Kokonos. If you are watching this, if you do end up somehow watching this ridiculous stream, and I pronounced your name terribly, or I have said something that offended you, please take it back. This is not your offense to be taken. Everything I do say is lighthearted and joking, even if it is offensive and racist or, misogynist or whatever it is. I'm just joking. I'm not trying to be mean, but Timmy Chambers does look like a school principal for sure. Senior. Yeah, he's you know what I'm trying to say? A divorce lawyer. Here he is with King Jack as he looks towards that hand with 19 bigs and raises to 110. And Christopher Kikanos with 8, A7. You would forgive him for jamming here. Anything else that's ridiculous, mate. Okay, now we're seeing the actual strategy here. And it's frustrating Elvis because Elvis doesn't have time to be in this tournament. He's got other things to do, clearly. He's trying to finish this thing about an hour and a half ago. So let's see. We're going to have a little look at the strategy of our good friend. Our good friend, Christopher Kikanos. And as I say that, they just removed the bloody pay structure. Here we go. Now I can see it. Right. So the next ladder is worth approximately 400, 100. So it's approximately $700 for the next ladder. So if Kokonos can hang around for one ladder, it's worth 700. If he hangs around for two, it's worth 1,700. So at this point, he's probably thinking to himself, I'm better off to just hang around and hope these other players run into each other, and I can just sneaky ladder in this way. And Ash Ovens here with ace queen off, putting in a nice little raise. Once he gets the premium here, he's just not 3-2 isn't doing it for him. Sean Thomas 5, 10, 3, fold, 10, 5, fold. And Ash, the Ash man, takes down that pot. So we can clearly see that not jamming a7 off suits from Christopher is an indication of not willing to play, just not willing to put it in. He was actually ahead there against the King Jack, and possibly could have doubled himself up, but seems to be happy to just blind his way up the ladder. AO folds ace 5. Michael Biviano, put your cards on the goddamn reader, mate. Now we know you got blank blank. CK, Calvin Klein, he folds. Charlie Hatat on the button, 16 bigs, Q4, suits. Looks down. Puts in some chips, makes a raise. Elvis, 3 bets him, no doubt. He puts in the call. Timmy Chambers in the big blind. 40 to call. 9-7. Gap. No suits. Ponders. Thinks. Kikonos is giving someone a mouthful over there. Sit down, Chris. Card's being played. You're blocking the stream, mate. Come on. Anyway. Best of luck to all these players here. 8 left. 8 left remain. And 3-way action. Lily Phillips. We see an ace, a 9, and a 10. And we've got backdoor spades for Hut. Middle pair, bottom pair, sorry, for Tim Chambers. No kicker. And top pair, queen kicker for chip leader. The ex-chip leader. The special forces specialist over there. EIO. And he bet 60,000. I thought it's about to get the clock called on him here because Elvis doesn't got this kind of time to waste, really. He's got other things to be doing. Puts in the call, hoping to snag himself a spade, but doesn't come. And now Elvis is bulletproof here on the river. Checked back, and the other ace comes now, giving the eye of the storm, the cyclone, giving him trips. And if Charlie tries to get cute, he's going to get snapped off, and he doesn't. He shows the ace and says, "Ha, get out of town, you fluff bean." Fluff bean? Yeah, you fluff bean. Anyway, takes down the pot. 70% VPIP, 7 out of 10 hands. Elvis is in it. And so we see this final table continuing to play on. The blinds are now 20-40, 40 big blind ante. And let's see if we can cross back over to my co-hosts. Let's see if there's anything they need to say to the wildcard audience.
Look, it is a bit frustrating when I go to Crown and I get ID'd and I'm the age I am, because I'm definitely not under 18. I'll take it as a compliment. I guess people like it, so people think I'm a little bit of a baby face, so I can't complain too much.
Well played.
A great shout out
round to Elvis here. Picks up a
Anyway, that's quite enough of those fellas. They do a great job. But here we are, Play Live, Wildcard Poker. Now we've got David Z. David Zai, I should say. It's like Thai with a X, which is Z, right? It's like Xi Jinping. I don't know. I have no idea. David Zai and Elvis I. Elvis I and David Zai, and he's going to try and he's going to do. He's got 35 bigs. Elvis has 45. He's got to 3-bet him, surely. He's gonna kick it up. Kick it up to what? $350. And Elvis calls. Can we see some fireworks here as the Wombat collects the chips? Look at those chips. Bitcoins, 25,000s, and the 5,000s are the blue ones. Burns 1, 2. That's nothing. That's no good for it. That's not like. That's an absolute action killer. Monotone board. Neither has diamonds. Gross. Absolutely disgusting. David Zai hating his life right now. Absolutely hating it. Has the best hand. Knows that this maniac is going to fire barrels towards him. Gets a fold. Great work there from David Zai, barreling into the monotone board and taking it down. But I still with no bump. But I still with no bump. So now we've got Michael Viviano. King. Action hand under the gun. Raising to 80,000. Sean Thomas now. Ace Jack. Very nice. Calculating the under the gun raise and folding the ace jack. That is sensational play. That is touch. That is, I knew this fella had something. Just sensing that he's no good from an under the gun raise and just letting it go. Not Elvis. 10-4 of clubs. He's in. He's putting it in. He's just V-pipping. He's V'ing the pip, says Elvis. Like, hey, I've got 2 cards. I have to put in whatever you put in, right? Right? No, mate, you can fold. 100% Elvis. And this is why you can't V-pip at 70% and expect to not get wrecked. Probably flop a flush, but it's not high percentage play. If you keep playing this way, you're going to get caught. Now, that sucks. That flops a suck for pocket kings, obviously. You running into the ace there, the overcard, and Elvis is call folding to a bet. And what did he get in there for is the question, you know? Now he looks staring, deadpan, as the wombat shuffles, riffles, cuts, flops, washes, does his little magic to the deck, and we are here, Play Live. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep streaming for, guys. Nothing is promised from Wildcard Poker. We get in, we get out. We don't have to stream until the end. We are under absolutely no obligation to do anything here. We're a voluntary service providing wildcard commentary for any poker stream we feel like, and I'll shut it down when I want to. So I might give it a couple more minutes and see if there's any fireworks before pulling the pin. And then we have our good friend Charlie Hatat, 10 bigs, putting in some kind of raise, 9-7, gap suited gapper. God damn it. Elvis is in there with Jack 9. Best hand though, but he's in there again. He really can't help himself. He's ended up, he's down to 35 bigs now. And everyone's got nothing on that flop. 2-10-6. Elvis to continue. Interestingly enough, 5-4 is intrigued to see what the turn is. You're really playing to a 3 here. Re-raises to 300k, detecting that Elvis is one to be betting wide. Charlie had that. Backdoor spades. Can't call. It's all in for him to call. And Elvis leaves the building. He says, return to sender. No such number. He says, return to sender. No such soul. Now, I've got some chip count updates. We've got Sean Thomas, the pro, 51 bigs. We've got David Zai, 46. We've got Ash Ovens on 37 bigs. Elvis is now down to 5th position, 33. Timmy Chambers in 21, still in there. Chips and chairs, plenty of time. Plenty of play left in Timmy. A little bit sleepy, but still there. Oofed. Kokonos, he's in the lead here with his king. And Zai needs a 9 or an 8 to knock him out. It doesn't come. So, Kokonos doubling there. Just checking out the Hendon mob here. And verifying that I am human. Oh, who's this? It looks like Mark Taylor, the Australian opener from back in the 90s. Mark Taylor. So, David Zai, according to my limited research, he is Australian nationality, Melbourne residence. It says that he is 151,000 lifetime earnings as Hatat jams King 10 from under the gun. Risky, ballsy. Here he goes. Runs into King Jack. Gets a fold though. He'll be happy about that. Biviano doesn't want to play blank blank. Kikanos is 5-4 at the door. And Sean Thomas is 5-3'd and Hatat steals. Nice jam. Yes, best live cash is 33,000. So this event will be right up there with the best of it for David Zai. And he has recently placed 19th in the 600 Sunday. That was in the 22nd of Feb. He plays some events down here at Play Live, cashing regularly. Came second in a Terminator, bagging himself $10,000 Aussie. Not that much in America, but 10,000 Aussie, no doubt. King Jack here for Elvis, raised to 100,000. David Zai, Queen 10, 100k to call. He folds. Ace Queen for Ash Ovens. The Soot Man, the Chimney Sweep himself. The Cremator, that's what we should call him. The Furnace. Here he goes. Putting in a call. Flatting the Ace Queen against the King Jack. Just giving the ex-big stack, the ex-chip leader, enough rope to continue to bluff away. But Charlie Hatat, he's picked up Ace-4 of suits and decided it's enough for me to get it all in on the big blind. And Elvis is called, flat called, the 300, and here's a chance for Hatat to triple up, potentially. Sickening now for Ash. Trying to get squeezed out of the pot with the best hand. If he can find the call, he'll find himself a slight favourite to win. 1%er. A rejam here would be sweet. Eliminating the Elvis from the pot. It's risky. It's risky biscuits. Could he get out of the way? Yes, sure. This is one to watch as Michael Biviano just like completely blends into the background there. You can almost not, it's like a floating head. And he goes all in, Ash Ovens. He jams it. And then Elvis is just in a spot now. He's just said, why, brother? He just said, why, brother? Why would you do that to me for? And he looks down at his stack. He must know he's behind. He must know that he's not ahead here. But if he feels it, good luck stopping him. Let me tell you, if he feels it, good luck to stop this man. If he says, you know what? I've already got some other place to be, which he has had for the last 3 hours. Then if he feels it, it's going in. And Sean Thomas is already calculating the ladder. He's already calculating how much money he's about to make if two people get eliminated here. He's Rain Manned it. He's dissected the exact split that he's going to end up with by sitting idly by watching these two flounders get trounced by the cremator. And he's like, well, then I'm going to end up with 5. And then he gets a fold out of the Elvis. And Elvis is going to see a king or a jack on this flop, and he's going to be absolutely disgusted. And anyway, he sees that he was, in fact, getting it in bad. And the squeeze was good from Ash. So he can be happy about that. Ace 4 is not a bad result. Needs to fade a 4 and spades. 4s in spades. Oh, there's an ace. There's clubs, so that's good news. And then, oh, filthy. Rivers the straight. Absolutely disgusting. River. And Hatat stays alive and finds himself in 3rd place. Disgusting situation there. That's gross. Ace 4 taking down Ace Queen, and the cremator finds himself covered in soot and charcoaled. Absolutely charcoaled. He's ready to take his chips and leave. It's not a cash game, mate. You can't do that. Oh. First prize is $29,000 up the top. Sensational. It's life-changing, really. That'll keep you going for about 3 weeks in Australia. $29,000. Oh, Timmy Chambers, Ace King, go you good thing. Let's see what he can do with a hearted Ace King combo here. There's only 4 combinations of a suited Ace King. And he puts it all in. Doesn't hesitate under the gun. Puts it all the way in. 17 bigs, that's a huge jam. Probably not going to get a call unless you get kings. Probably only getting called from things that are beating you at this point. Probably getting called from aces, kings, queens. Sean Thomas has got 7s. He's like, did he just jam for 17? He says, that's not approved by any solver that I've seen. Timmy, you're not playing to the solver, mate. They got 7s folded, 6 folded. Timmy's like, ha. Fuck your solver. Ha. You know, become principal of 16 high schools. You then become Melbourne's #1 divorce attorney by playing to the solver. Just jammed for 7. Sean was like, what the fuck? Just jammed on me for 17 bigs under the gun. Outrageous. Really polarizing his range there, Timmy. His table image is pretty tight, and then, oh my goodness. The fireman. The Ashman. He looks down and sees a hand that he's had a few times tonight. Ace and another ace. And Christopher Kakanos says King 10. Piss off. Sean Thomas. 10-9 of diamonds. Charlie Hatat 10-8 of hearts. Elvis folds for the first time tonight. Wow. Elvis 17 bigs. It's a fall from grace, I'll tell ya. Timmy Chambers ace 9 in the big blind of suits. So this could get messy. This will get messy quick. Here we go. Hearts. Yes, this is gonna get fire. Here we go. Timmy Chambers with 33% equity here with the heart draw. We've got Ash McLovins. He's got the pocket aces and he's checked it. He's waiting for some action. And Sean Thomas has Sweeter Faye and Hut probably thinks that he's good and bets. How much? Whew. Fires. 4 big blinds into the middle. And Timmy Chambers is certainly priced in to call here. Certainly calls. And then the aces. What do they think? What do they think? Do they think anything? Do they think they've got to protect? Do they think they need to raise to protect from the hearts here? And the potential low straight draws. Goes all in, jams it in. Ash Ovens puts in 18 bigs with pocket aces and all the boys ask for a count. Sean Thomas is going to be out of there quicker than a... Who knows? Who's got the metaphors at this time of night, really? Four in a pot. This is the kind of action we like to see. Sean Thomas folding. Hut. What does he think? He's got, backdoor, straight, heart. Oh, shit. He's gone all in. Timmy Chambers now also jamming all in. This is outrageous, guys. Now we've got 2 players at risk here. Aces holding over ace 9 and 10-8 of hearts. Charlie Hut needs to get himself a straight or a straight flush to survive. He needs a miracle. So pray for that for Hut. Then we've got Timmy Chambers who needs just the heart to steal, and the aces just need to avoid runner nines. Oh, there's the 8, so there's a pair for Charlie Hut. Now a 5 comes and the aces and the 5s will hold, and the boys are pumped. Look at them go. Yes, the boys, they're happy. 2 players eliminated now, and Hut marching orders. Timmy Chambers, sad to see you go, sir. Oh no, Hut might have some chips left behind here. Somehow. I don't think he does, but potentially. Timmy Chambers is already walking. He's taken his bat and ball. Unfortunate, sad to see him go. Not the way I'd like to go out on a draw like that, but could have come. The heart could have come, but unfortunately Hut had the blockers. And someone just goes in for the big, Kickanos goes in for the big. Good on you, Timmy. He's taken off his vest here, and he's really looks like he's ready to lock in. Does Kickanos. Sean Thomas just evaluating the situation. Hut now has 4.8 bigs left behind. That was huge. Absolutely huge. 2 players there gambling. Pocket aces holding up against all odds. Letting all these motherfuckers know. It's be the realest shit I ever wrote. Against all odds. And he holds up. The aces hold. The 8 for a sweat on the turn there. Looking for a 10 or an 8 to get Hut back from the death, but couldn't be. And the heart couldn't come to save Timmy Chambers on the river. And that was all she wrote for Timmy. Good innings, sir. 8th out of 500. Not bad. Not bad at all. And Elvis is down to 16 blinds now. Definitely on his, he peaked at about 110 blinds there. And then went barrel, basically. Now he's got 16 blinds and he's down to 18. sorry, 800,000 from over 2.8 million. So it's a fall from grace for Elvis, unfortunately, unless he can find himself a double or two shortly to get back to his former glory. Then he'll probably be found deceased on the toilet, no doubt. Metaphorically, of course. Metaphorically speaking, of course. We wish nothing but the best for this Elvis. I don't know how to say it, but whatever. 7 deuce for Michael Biviano, the floating head, because you can't really see him because he's so black. But call him the floating head. Sean Thomas here. Any relation to Josh? Possibly. Slight ginger. Raises with his 5-5, and Elvis loves to call, so he does. Jack 10 hearts, nice hand. Ash Ovens, now he's chipped up, 59 bigs, 61, depending who you ask. I guess he's got 2 out in front, so he's 59 left behind, and flicks some chips towards the center, pulls his big stack of blueies back towards himself. Then we go to a flop. Can we see a burn? Can't even see anything. Here we go. 4, 6, 6. And Sean Thomas is the best here. Has the best of it. And he proceeds to flick out some chips with style towards the middle of the table. You'd think that it takes it down, and he does. Sean Thomas there. It's been to showdown. 40%. And Biviano has never been to showdown. That's how tight Biviano is in this final table, the floating head. He is not interested in having anyone see what he's playing, so no one knows his ranges. He's super dangerous, and he's playing in the dark, literally. He has become one with the darkness. Anyway, Tubby Taylor is in the dealer's seat now, and he flicks him out towards every... That's pretty cruel. I didn't realize that. I remember that Mark Taylor's nickname was Tubby, but it is, and therefore, if the dealer's name is Mark Taylor, then of course you're going to cop the nickname as well. And Sean Thomas, the tank engine, some would call him. Ace 9 of hearts, he raises. Choo. And we're going to go to Elvis with 6-2 of clubs. And you know that he's going to put in the call there, and he does. And now he's just getting in his own way, really. He's just getting in the way of the table. It's not even just about bad cards. You've got to allow for flow. And here we go. Sean Thomas, the tank engine. And he's flopped himself a backdoor heart draw, and he's got an ace high. He's got the best of it. Strangely, he's got to be nervous about betting into a king jack flop, but still manages to take down the pot. 47 bigs. Second position for Sean. Ash, 57 bigs after his pocket aces decimated the field, obliterating Timothy Chambers, sending him packing his bags back all the way to Melbourne High School, where he teaches, and the CSIRO, where he co-founded a mosquito what's it called? Investigation, research project with Bill Gates. Anyway, enough about Jeffrey Epstein. Elvis Ayer raises with 5 queen clubs. That's right. He's playing the 5. He's playing the 5 with the queen kicker. He's not playing the queen with the 5 kicker. Anyway, Chris Kikanos, he looks down at King 6 and says, I'm trying to ladder, and I'm doing a good job actually. So he did ladder himself up one spot by not going all in with the A7 of clubs earlier on, which I did give him some grief about. And Ash is just loving life. You know, copped a hit before, lost a bit with that filthy river for Hut Hut, and then made it back from Hut Hut and Timmy Chambers with the pocket aces. And the boys are on the waters by the looks of things on the rail, annoyingly enough. I'd tell them to take a walk if I was Z in that position. I'd be like, boys, I'm trying to play cards. I don't appreciate having a pair of galahs over my shoulder. End. I tell him to fuck right off. Anyway, Hut Hut 6-4 out the door. Elvis, ace 2, what do you do? Call. Then we see Z with 10-8, and he just lays them straight. Ash Ovens burns them cards. 7-3 dead. Jack 8 in the big blind. Small blind, I should say. Kicking-os, he doesn't want to play that either. He's a tight ship, that fella. So Elvis is flat called. Big blind's just going to check back the 7-3 off. Weird pot here. And we see King King Deuce. Elvis out in front here with his pair of ducks. Sean Thomas bets towards Elvis. Gets a call. 6 comes. Best to slow down here, Shawnee. Best to slow down here, Shawnee. Doesn't. Bets at him. Elvis believes no one about nothing ever. Oh, that river is filthy. That river is absolute filth. And now's he going to slow down? That river is absolute filth. Stealing there from Elvis on the river. $7-3 gets there in the end. $5.75 in the pot. Checks it, slows down, checks back, shows him the bad news. The river 7. Gross. Anyway, when you're on one, you're on one, and Sean Thomas takes another pot, and Elvis slides into 10 big blind territory here. He really has seen better days and just V-pipped his way into self-sabotage, I'd say. Obviously, that's how he got his stack. So sometimes it's the sword you live by that you die by. But at some point, you got to slow down and say, hey, I've got 110 bigs here. All I need to do is chill, and I'm going to find myself in the top 3. But yet he couldn't help himself but to V-pip at a 99%. The 99% rate. And now we've got a massive hand here. David Zai versus the King Viviano. He likes to get pocket kings, this guy. We've got Chris Kokonos, who is not afraid to fold and get out of the way. And Sean Thomas, who is calculating the situation here. And he goes for a hefty raise. Hefty raise here. 3-bet to 450 from the small blind. Hut Hut folds in the big. Zai with 7-7 gets out of the way Biviano is probably going to jam here, and Sean's going to fold. He does. He calls. Unbelievable. Ace 4. What are you playing Ace 4 with? What does he know that I don't know? Anyway, here we go. Oh, goodness gracious me. Queen 10 Jack flop. King's hold. Queen comes. Ace 4 no good. Brain explosion from Sean Thomas. Snapped it. Snapped his brain. And Biviano now dubs to 41 bigs and sneaks into second place. I don't understand it. I can understand the 3-bet. I think 3-bet fold is the play there in that situation. I don't like Ace 4 against a jam when he was opening that from that deep. So a little bit of impatience there, maybe from Sean Thomas, the human calculator. And Biviano goes to showdown and takes it down. Loves it. 2 million in chips now. We won't see him for another 45 minutes to an hour, no doubt. And we've got quite a rail here developing both sides of the table. Suge Knight there in the background, and young lady on the left-hand side of screen. And we've got Da Boys on the near side of the screen. Look at them, just there, drinking the water and ice, talking it up. They probably got a bit. Probably got a piece of the oven man, who opens with Ace 5 off, and happy to be there is Christopher Kokonos with the black aces. He goes all in. He says, I'm all in, with the best hand possible before the flop. And Oven Man wants a count. 300 more to call. See, I could get away from this. Two big blinds in. Six more big blinds. Throw it in the bin. You dominated. You know you beat. What are you beating with Ace 5? Not very much. Guy that's played tight. Guy that's played very protected. You want to call him? Okay. Sick. Ace. Black aces. And he's going to need trip 5s to eliminate. Oh, there it is. Trip aces. He's top set. Oh no. 4 on the river, and it's the most heartbreaking beat you've ever seen. 2 outs. No, doesn't get there. The aces hold as he flops top set and gives him quite a sweat there on the river. Oofed. That would have been nasty. The 4 come. The boys would have lost it on the rail, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the table. It's great. It's
a great table.
There's actually, I really do think, and I'm glad Play Live are doing it to an extent. I really would love like a stadium type vibe.
Yeah, sure.
Like I've been to Vegas and they had the FT on in the casino, and there's like all these like tables, and
they've also got 3 million to throw at it.
Sure,
but fair enough. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Story, right?
Yeah.
But, it's great. Like you can just get such a vibe, and you know, if you could have like 3 people with like 10-person rails, like it's great. You can like, you know, it's sort of like soccer and basketball. You just, you know, you can talk shit to the other rail and stuff like
Sure.
that, and
Yeah,
everyone's friends, so it's
Sure.
fine, right? Which is really, really cool. So I reckon the rails are really awesome.
It's actually kind of funny you make that comment because the studio has asked whether or not we want to turn down the volume of the table mic. We might go to the chats to find out whether or not you want that table mic to be turned down a little bit. We kind of like the hype here personally, but it's up to you guys. If you guys want it to be turned down a little bit, I can ask the guys down in the studio to turn it down a little bit if you would prefer it not to be as loud or distorted down the mic, but it brings the action, especially at this time at night. It's quarter to midnight. I think it's good, man, for the game personally.
Yeah, thanks to the co-commentators there for that shout there. And now we go back to David Zai, who is, he's here with pocket sixes and 22 bigs. It's been raised by Biviano. Queen Jack of hearts. And he puts in a call. And the dealer says, one more, please. Trying to shortchange me, Zai. And go to a flop. Mark Taylor. He delivers the opener. Oh, and he's flopped a set. Sneaky Zai. Also, Biviano has got himself the gut shot and backdoor hearts. And he continues his line. Interestingly enough, the word line contains the word lie. Biviano continues to lie. Continues to bet. His holdings, 2 overs and straight draw. And Zai maybe feels to increase the amount of chips in the middle. Quickly called. He goes all in and quickly called. Wow. Biviano just ripping it in there with a 2-outer, 3-outer, and he hits it on the turn. And now it's going to... Oh, what the hell? Unbelievable. Biviano has absolutely X'd out Zai. Filthy. Let's hear what the boys have to say about that. Biviano just crushing him on the turn there.
On the other side of the table, right? So
sickening.
You missed a $1,000 ladder or something along those lines. Just because
Coconos.
Unlucky, and it is what it is, man. He got it in good, and
He
it is
got
what
it
is.
in
So,
good.
I actually do think Michael had a little bit of a misstep there.
All right.
Yeah. Look.
Huge misstep.
Usually, I would say, and once again, I could be wrong, but I think when there is a one big blind stack and someone check raises you, they're kind of saying, I'm not full of it. I've probably got a good hand here.
What a sick turn card. Just
and then-
quietly
What a
just
sick
shot
turn
just
card.
bang
That's
if you don't
gross.
know, yeah.
Just bangs it off.
But
Yeah.
3-outer, no worries on the turn. Just disgusting. I think the board had a straight on it and he had the queen high straight at the end of it all. Biviano now stacked 59 bigs. Absolutely disgusting. Anyway, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's one of those occasions. Elvis is like, I've been trying to do that all night. Ash Ovens now looks down with King versus the Sean Thomas raise of Ace Queen. And he says, what does he say? What does he say, Ash? It's 120 to call. I'd love to see a little 3-bet kick up here. Kick it up a little. How much? Definitely seen some wild play here on these final, 18 at Play Live on the opener. Definitely seen a lot wilder play than we would necessarily expect from a 600 Sunday. It seems a little bit more controlled, where these guys are willing to get a bit loose, make these crazy calls, hit the 3 out, 10 on the turn. And obviously he had 2 overs in his mind, even though he was drawing dead to those cards because the 6s had already made a set. But just outrageous. And he goes all in here, Sean Thomas, and Ash calls with the kings. He's going to be disgusted to see he's got a 3-outer here, Sean Thomas. Needs to find the ace or run a runner, 10-8. The turn comes a duck, which is an absolute brick, and the river is an ace or death, and he's dead in the water. Kings hold. Sean Thomas, my dark horse, he's out of it. And then Hut Hut is then laddering. And Kikanos is now in 3rd position, who's got to be absolutely loving life. This is an outrageous situation. Let's see what the boys have to say about it over here at Play Live.
Questions for the giveaway. The 2 big giveaways. Now,
who cares about your giveaway, monkey? Shut up.
Being calculated and being pushed over to Ashley Ovens here, who just takes out an absolute monster there.
Dear Lord.
Tell everybody that tomorrow, Sunday, March 8th, the main
boys
event,
on the
day
rail.
1A.
Shut up, monkey. The boys on the rail are absolutely stoked, drinking vodka and water. Absolutely pumped for Ash Ovens here. They've all got a piece of him. They all get $15 each if he wins. No doubt he'll shout a few fizzies at the bar afterwards. Then they'll party on into the wee hours without any doubt in my mind. And now we have Hut Hut, who has laddered twice from 2 big blinds in the last 2 hands. And he's got to be thinking to himself, it's my goddamn lucky day. Elvis is sitting there on 2 big blinds, 2.3 big blinds. And Christopher Kikanos, who was all but dead an hour ago, is in a position to take $10,000 home. And all these players are guaranteed $6,200. So they've just made themselves $2,000 in 2 hands by folding. And the other players with big stacks donated. And now Ovens, the oven man, he is the pizza man. He is absolutely destroying this table. I've never seen anything like it. Ash Ovens is now all in against Elvis and has his King 9 dominated with King Queen of Diamonds. This is just insane. Here we go to the flop, and the 9 comes. Duck on the turn, another brick, but Elvis is still alive, and duck comes again. So Elvis escapes the clutches of the oven, dodges, walks out of the fry pan, and walks out of the oven. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the Elvis is still alive, and this is action stations. This table. Hang on, what the hell's going on here? Why have I done this? I'm on the wrong page. All right, let's go and have a look. Whew. I'm hot and bothered. It's outrageous. This is outrageous. Let's fix this screen up here. Let's get me over here where the action is now that we're down to 5 players on the final table of day 2 of the opener at Play Live Melbourne. We're down to 5 lucky little duckies, and they're guaranteed $6,200 each, 28,000 at the top of the pyramid. And Ash Ovens loving it, absolutely loving it, loving the stack. He's counting his chips. Look at him, just wailing it. And Elvis is all in again with ace 9, and nobody wants a part of it. So Elvis is putting the pressure back on. He says, don't be cruel to a heart that's true. I don't want no other love, baby, it's just you I'm thinking of. That's what Elvis says. Anyway, he's probably gonna find himself jamming again here for the next 4 or 5 hands in a row, as only the Elvis can do. Let's see if we can get some. Let's see if we can get someone better. Call the police, because Ash Ovens is on fire. Anyway, he reaches for some chips. Puts in a little raise here to 120. And he's going to find some folders. Hut with 10-3 off. One of the grossest hands in poker, really. Nothing nice about it. And Elvis still with a 65% VPIP. He's got stamina. I'll give him that. Let's see if we can find something a bit more inspirational here. Let's pump up. Let's pump up. Play live. Wildcard poker, folks. Restreaming the Play Live Melbourne. A2, the opener. Okay, what have we got here? Hut has jammed in. King 8. Elvis has snapped him off. And he's hit the king. Now Elvis needs an ace or a jack. And he can't get there. And Elvis has been unceremoniously eliminated. No, he has been stacked and has 3 big blinds remaining now. Once sitting at the lofty heights of big blind godliness. At 110 bigs, he now finds himself reduced to a mere 3 big blinds. And these rails are just absolutely pumped. Look at them dancing to the Play Live soundtrack that I've got going here. Really finding the energy in this final table. Let's go. Here we go now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Octopi Poker is the sponsor according to Play Live. Not my sponsor. Not yet. Ace Jack for Christopher Kokonos. 13 bigs. He's within his rights to fold everything here and keep laddering. But he decides to jam it in. A lot of it in, anyway. 600,000 to play, he says. Woofed and offed. Oofed. This is disgusting. This is absolutely sickening. The way that these big stacks are just getting involved and just puking chips, and they're all in, and there's a call. And now we've got Ace Jack versus Pocket Queens. And Christopher Kokonos is at risk. And Ash Ovens is the chip leader. And he's had a chance now to extend his lead further. Jack, King, no help. A 10. No, an ace only. King comes. An ace, no good. And Kokonos has hit the rail after Ash Ovens has taken all his chips with Pocket Queens. I don't know what I was looking at there to say that he needed whatever he needed. Anyway, the point is that Elvis is now laddered off of 2.1 bigs. Charlie Hut was down to 2 bigs and is now sitting in 3rd position. This is an absolutely ridiculous situation. Absolutely ridiculous. And now we have 4 players left on the final table. And someone that had 15 bigs had crawled their way back in one swift blow is incinerated by the cremator, Ash the Oven Man. The cremator, Ash the Oven Man, turning Play Live Melbourne into I won't even say the word, into a crematorium. The Oven Man, lighting them all up. Now Elvis, he's all in. He's jammed it with King Queen. And Ash on the big small blind. He should call this. No, that's disgusting. 6-7. 6-7. Now Biviano snaps him off with ace-3. Can the Presley, can the King survive another flip with his King-Queen? Can diamonds hit? 3 comes. 3-4. Got a gutter to a straight. Does Biviano plus bottom pair. 6 comes. Choppability. No. And see you later, Elvis. You're out of here. Buddy. Did well. 4th place. 7,000 in the pocket. Great result. Probably could have played a little tighter in some spots and found himself a little bit higher. But great to see his entertaining play anyway for me. What a pleasure to watch. What a pleasure to watch someone VPip at 90% for 3 hours. It's crazy. And the Wombat is just absolutely loving dealing all these coolers. Look at him, smiling his little head off. Look, suck shit, you losers. He's just dealing cooler after cooler after cooler. And Hut Hut has to be loving life. Just laddering from 8th position to $10,000 guaranteed on from two big, I can't even say it, 1.8 big blinds or something that he was on. And Viviano was like, wow, it's great to be here. And he's won 2 hands and found himself a lucky hand as well at that, and found himself just comfortably in 2nd position now, as they will try to isolate Hut Hut. The Charlie Hut, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and the Charlie Hut. Anyway, let's see if we can get some more chilled tunage going on. I was going to wrap this stream up, but it's just become such a bender. Hut Hut now with 6-4. We're looking to open a little wider with the 3-handed play now in effect. And so let's see if we can find some great vibes tunes. I've been told that my beats do sound like porno music, which is unfortunate because it's just some free beats, nothing to be sad about. And we've got ourselves a hand here where Hut Hut has picked up bottom pair, and the chip leader, the crematorium himself, has put everyone in the oven tonight, and he's about to make pizza out of Hut Hut, and he's got himself 2nd pair, and Hut Hut's going to fire away. A bulletproof, nothing to lose. Far away, far away. You think Ash is going to call here with a huge ass stack. Puts it in and gets the tick mark, the checkbox next to his name. And Hut Hut has only one option: to jam it all in, try to steal it. This floundering bet, probably not going to cut it. It's ugly. It's worth a call here from the chip leader. 2nd pair. Sure, spades gets there. That's a backdoor. He's not afraid. He's got the money to put it in. At this point, you're running so hot, you may as well call it, see what he's got. It's easy to say when you don't have cards. That's good enough. You're ahead, I can tell you. Good call. Takes it down. Takes it down. Isolates. Charlie, tut. Ash Ovens in the driver's seat, ladies and gentlemen, at what has been a fascinating final table here. A heartbreaking story for a fair few players, 3 or 4 that were in a position to go deeper and just got put in the wood chipper, really. Just found themselves cooled at the wrong time with ICM disaster playing out. No respect for the ICM, and paid the price and paid it in Aussie dollars, so to speak. I'm sure there'll be a few of them that will reflect upon their actions and wish they'd done something different. Kokonos probably could have raised a little lighter than putting 3/4 of his stack in with Ace Jack, getting re-raised by the chip leader to save some ICM consideration. And I think my good friend Sean Thomas also would have preferred to not go out the way he did. David Zai, unlucky. Timmy Chambers, chased, I'd say. Didn't need to go all in there with the ace-9. Probably unfoldable to some, but I can get away from that kind of hand with two others in the pot. I can find myself avoiding elimination there, I'd hope. Never like to go out chasing a draw like that. And Viviano is just blended in so well to the play live backdrop. The floating head himself looking down at 9-10. Putting in some kind of raise, getting a quick fold there from Charlie Tut. So we've got 90 bigs, 60 bigs, and 7 bigs. And so Charlie knows his spot here. He knows where the pressure is. He knows that both players are going to want him gone. A little bit of collusion would be nice, to see them both calling everything and just trying to edge him out. You run the risk of tripling him up, but never to mind. Never to mind. I was supposed to wrap this one up about an hour ago, and then everything just went haywire. Hut is all in for 300. I feel Ash could call. Oh, mate, you got to call. You just got to call. Any 2 cards is good. Any 2 cards is good. It's 5 bigs, bud. You got, how many bigs do you got? You've got 20 times his stack. You've got to just put it in. Surely, mate. 5-2, I don't give a shit. You hit a 2, he's dead. You hit a 2, that's worth $7,000. You know what I'm saying? Just get it in. Get him out. Get it in, get him out, get it in, get him out, get him in. Hut. Queen. Jack. Now you can't call that with 6-2. That's right. But here we go. Viviano's got a call. He's got a call. King high. King 7. He's chipped. He's chipped in. Can't keep folding to this bully. Can't keep folding this pressure. Get it in, Hut Tut. Get it in, Tut Tut Tut. Viviano, take it to the heads up, mate. You got this. Oh, shut up, Tucker. Shut up, Tucker. You're annoying, bro. You keep talking, bro. Shut up. Don't tell him what to do, bro. You're not there, are you? You dickhead. Sure, bro. Right, I get it. Just flick it in. Be done with him. Burn him, churn him. Look at the boys on the rail. Ku Klux Klan over there. Far left. Look at the sleeves on him. Oh, he puts the fold in. Get out of fucking town. Alright, now Hut Tut's back to 10 bigs. It's going to take something more special now. Before it was just 5 bigs. Now it's going to take something more special. We're down to 3 players here. In the wee hours of the morning. This Saturday into Sunday morning. The Play Live Melbourne. Day 2 of the opener. And it's been a bloody blast, let me tell you. We've had a ball here at Wildcard Poker. The Oven Man, Jack 5 diamonds. What a raise in here, I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it, please. Put it in, son. On the button is Ash Ovens. And this guy's suited. He folds. He says no. Viviano 7-4 and they donate another round too. Hut Tut with pocket 9s. Would have jammed him anyway, I guess. Good enough fold. Jack 5 would have donated to him. This is outrageous. This is one of those ones where if I turn the stream off, in 2 hands it's all finished. If I keep watching, 3 hours later we're still waiting for a winner. This is what happens. I do a 600 Sunday. If I turn it off, the next day I'll go, I better see who won, and then 2 hands later the winner's announced. But if I sit here, I'm going to be like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, guys. Why are they doing the longest heads up that fucking Play Live has ever seen? That's what's going to happen to me if I do that. So, I'm going to have to draw a line in the sand. Hut Tut is jamming it all in. The Oven Man. The Oven Man. Jack 9. Have to be careful they don't run into each other here, the big stacks. That would be an absolute disaster if Viviano got knocked out and Hut Tut survived. Ovens looks down at Jack 9 of suits and says, oofed. It's close. Obviously, we're delayed here. Oh. After this hand, I'll refresh. Here we go. Let's see if I can refresh and bring us back to speed here. Refresh the stream here. Let's see what we got. All right. Okay. And now, Hut Tut crawling back to 13 bigs. It's about to be the Cinderella story of the year. The comeback story. The Brokeback Mountain. The Heath Ledger of 2026. The Oven Man goes into the Oven Man, and these guys do not want it. They do not want that smoke. They don't want each other's smoke, if you know what I mean. It's going to be interesting to see here because this is not a bad hand 3 ways for Ash. And what does the RFID say about Bivvies? He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. Flat calls here, the Ash shows some respect. And there we go to a flop. I think Ash C bets this and just takes it down immediately, but no. Bivvies hits middle pair. Check. Goes check. Bivvies bets. Min bet from the Bivs. He's got some equity, does Ash. He's got the gutter. 7, 2 overs. Viviano just holding on to second pair, and the board pairs delivering MB 2 pair with a 9 kicker, sorry. Currently the greatest hand on the table at the moment. And look at the activity here behind. Just a quick look at the Octopi Poker sponsorship here. That mustache is quite sus, I must admit. I don't know if that guy's got kids, but I'm sure he knows where to find them. Just joking. It's just a suspicious looking mustache, that's all, you know what I mean? Trimmed it a little bit. Might give off the wrong vibes. And here we go. And Vivi's has, in fact, got the best of it. Ash Ovens checked. Check back is the play here. Check and protect, we call it. Check and protect. You don't want to walk into a thin value bet getting re-raised into an all-in jam because Ash has got a sense that you're going to fold. So checks it back. Takes it down. Check to protect. A little bit of chip, swings back to, here we go. The turtle's back. Rogan, Hollywood Joe Rogan is here, and he's going to try and finish this match as the Wombat has dealt all the coolers that he is capable of this evening. And let's see if we can just get a little bit more ridiculous with the size of my box for the rest of this stream. Let's see what we can do. Let's just play around a little bit just for fun. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's try that wild card. Here we go. Take out Rogan's head for a little bit. Okay, let's go a bit higher there. There we go. Huge. All right, let's see what this does. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way too much. And let's go to big screen here. Yes. Now we've got the Oven Man, the Ashmeister, the Volcanic Ashman, the Volcano. Everyone in his path, pyroclastic flow could blow at any moment. He's going to put in a little wee raise here. If we run into pocket jacks, that'd be something. Come on. Oh, Queen 7 and the hut. Oh, pocket jacks. He's called it from the freaking what? We run into pocket jacks, that'd be something. It's a must call. It's a jam call. So, wow. Let's go. Let's go. Love to see it. Love to see it call. Let's see jam snap. Oh, don't fade me now. Don't fade me now, Wi-Fi. All in. He pushes it all in. He says it snapped off. He snapped it off. Oh no, I can't see the jack. Anyway, we know it's there. On the right hand side is jack. Jack, he flops top set. Unbelievable. Now he's dead in the water. And Hut has doubled up. Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable poker. Charlie Hut, he was looking down the barrel of 7th place, $4,000. And now he is back to 20 bigs. He was down to 1.8 big blinds, and here he is now to 20 bigs with the pocket jacks. And someone's giving him some information on the rail. I hope it's not illegal information. I hope he's not being given inside information by the staff here at Play Live. Some kind of update on my commentary, perhaps. It's just outrageous Great to be here though, and it's now 12:30 a.m. almost. And Hollywood Joe Rogan shuffles up and deals, says, "Oi, Hut, put some big blinds in, mate." I don't know, is that what he said? I think he said small blind for Hut. Anyway, Viviano is on 8-7 offsuit. This is the kind of stuff that makes you have cold sweats when you're playing against 3 players and you do not want to clash with that big stack. And Charlie, he looks 9-8, makes a great call. What's he done? He's made a call. And Ash does have a 6 of clubs, so it is suited and strong. It jams it in here and loses. He'll end up with less than Hut. So it's a dangerous spot now. So we're getting down to it. And I don't know. Octopi Poker. Claim your free trial at octopipoker.playlive. Is it what? .ai/playlive. It's pretty cool. They give you a free trial. .ai octopipoker.ai/playlive. I did listen to an interview a while back about Octopi Poker. Maybe it was some poker podcast when they were talking about it. Yeah. Anyway, Ash Ovens of blank. Please find your cards all the way to the RFID, sir. Okay. Don't then. And he hands off the blinds to the blind. Leading the blind, Elvis, bloody hell. He had a fall from grace, didn't he? He was the chip leader at one point, had more than double second place. Had 110 big blinds and just couldn't help himself but continue to play and just V-pipped his way into 4th position. Love to see it. Love to see it. Hate to see it. Love to watch it. Oh shit. Ash Ovens is woken up with King. Oh shit. Old Ashy boy. This is the one that can get sticky. What has he got? Viviano. Pocket Queens. 5-5. Holy shit. This could get fireworks. He looks over and says, Hut, what are you going to do? Jesus Christ. All right. So it's probably a flat call here from Viviano. Probably a flat call. Don't get too excited, bud. If he goes for a 3-bet, it's going to get nasty. He 3-bets to 400. Oh shit. With pocket 5s. And now we've got the volcano who is he's just in bliss. He's absolutely absorbed in ecstasy, inner ecstasy. He's like, this is too good to be true. This guy has 3-bet me. Now, do I flat? Do I raise to 1.2 million? This is the question, he says. He thinks, he ponders. He considers his options. Does he lay the kings down? He goes all in. No way. What did he do? 600. All bet to 1 million. There we go. And he gets the fold. He gets the fold. Got to lay it down there. You try sometimes, and it might be better to get out like that than see it flop and have it come king 5-2. Then you're in very big trouble. Anyway, nothing but enthralling poker here tonight. Wild card. I don't know about this dealer, Ray. He looks wide. He's at about 6,000 coffees. Ready to deal, bro. Let's go. Wish. Is this blind clock this tournament in the back? I wonder. Maybe it is. On hand 87 of this feature table now. And what do we see? Charlie Hatat, Jack 10. What's he gonna do? Just gonna limp in here? Makes a raise. But it's a weird raise because it's a fold raise. Raise fold. He's not looking to call the jam with just Jack 10, is he? Oh. Viviano makes the call with A6, Jack 10. Oh, dead set flops the world. Charlie Hatat checks, gets checked back. Viviano checks. Now's the time to try to extract some value here. If you're Charlie Hatat, flopping Queen 9-8 with Jack 10 in his hand. That's what we call the nuts. There is a heart on the river, so there's need for some protection. And he bets mediumly 160. And Viviano doesn't hesitate to call. And the river is a diamond, which rainbows the board. And Hatat, the only concern you have here is Queen 8, 9-8, full housing you. But it's a minimal risk. You're hoping he has an 8 actually to get that call. All in jam would be nice here, I think, because it gives the impression that you're bluffing. And because the board paired, maybe you get the call out of the ace. Okay, now is he trying to induce? Is he trying to induce a bluff? Oh, 420. Nice bet. Does he think jamming it all in, he might steal it? Or does he know that he's beat here? Intensity from Michael. Ace high. It's one to get away from. It's one to get away from. I don't see it. I don't see why you got to call this. You really don't have... There's plenty out there that he could have hit. Now he's back to 26 bigs, is Charlie Hatat, and it's a real race now. Unbelievable comeback from the man. Flops the world, extracts value from the second place player. Now, remaining in the prize pool is roughly $54,000. Split it 3 ways and go to bed, hey lads? Jokes, just jokes. Ash Ovens, A6. And Viviano's sick about that last hand, calling off the ace high, donating to Charlie. Doesn't have anything to play here, and Charlie is just not going to love his life with 3-2 there. Easy one to get away from now. You've got the luxury of a couple of blinds up your sleeve, and I think that at this point, after such good action all evening, and it's now 20 to 1 a.m., we're going to wrap up the wildcard poker stream for this evening. And I'd like to thank everybody watching live and anybody watching back in the future for hanging around and enjoying the little bit less serious comms that I deliver. And you're not going to get this from any official channels, that's for sure. And hopefully I'll get better as time goes on. This is my maybe 6th or 7th attempt at trying to hijack a stream and doing a takeover. Let's see if the crew has anything to say now over from Play Live.
Event a few months back.
More inside info.
All right, go.
I've
Hit
been
me.
sent a photo from Matt.
Nah, boring. All right. Just joking, but you know, it's my competition. Not really. They can't compete. Oh, just joking, boys. Just joking. Just a bit of fun. We're just having a bit of fun here. Wildcard poker. Where is it? Wildcard poker. Wild. Charlie Hatat is now in there with ace 2. Now he's putting on the flick, the old flick of the wrist. The oven man folds. Viviano with queen 3. He's getting a little taste of the Elvis, actually. He's getting a little bit impatient here. Maybe he'd already counted his money a little earlier when they had Charlie dominated, and now he's starting to feel like it is he who is in the blender, who's under the pressure. But there we go. Charlie spikes his ace, and they both have a diamond, and Michael has the best of it with the 3 of diamonds, and Charlie has the duck, the diamond duck, and but the ace is nice. So bang, Broadway, and Viviano Rivers, Broadway, somehow pulls that one out of the fire. And we do know that the flush is out there, the full house is out there, and the Biv man couldn't get any bluff bets out of Hut Tut that time. Takes on the pot, and we're going to call it right there. And you watch the whole thing end in the next 2 minutes as soon as I close the stream. But thank you very much for listening, for watching. Until next time, Old Card, we're out.